Make sure you get that work done, okay? So you don't fall behind. All right. So, like you said, good chance that he's going to just continue to get smarter, and language is going to get clearer and eventually even more difficult. So, looking at part 4, April 18th. Remember that we left off last time. He was writing about punctuation, and he was using as much punctuation as he possibly could, wasn't he? And kind of made it quite difficult. So, looking at what he has this time, April 18th. What a dope I am. I didn't even understand what she was talking about. I read the grammar book last night and explains the whole thing. Then I saw it was the same way as Miss Kinnian was trying to tell me, but I didn't get it. I got up in the middle of the night and the whole thing straightened out in my mind. Miss Kinnian said the TV working in my sleep helped out. She said I reached a plateau that's like the flat top of a hill. After I figured out how punctuation worked, I read over all my old progress reports from the beginning. Boy, did I have crazy spelling and punctuation. I told Miss Kinnian I ought to go over the pages and fix all the mistakes, but she said, no, Charlie, Dr. Niemer wants them just as they are. That's why he let you keep them after they were photocopied, to see your own progress. You're coming along fast, Charlie. That made me feel good. After the lesson, I went down and played with Algernon. We don't race anymore. Why do you think they don't race anymore? Yeah, I think you're right. I think what you said is spot on. Is that Algernon he's starting to beat Algernon, so they need to find something else to challenge him. I don't think the mouse races or the mazes are enough anymore for Charlie. I think you're spot on. April 20th. I feel sick inside. Not sick like for a doctor, but inside my chest. It feels empty like getting punched and a heartburn at the same time. I wasn't going to write about it, but I guess I got to because it's important. Today was the first time I ever stayed home from work. Last night, Joe Carp and Frank Riley invited me to a party. There were lots of girls and some men from the factory. I remembered how sick I got last time I drank too much. So I told Joe I didn't want anything to drink. He gave me a plain Coke instead. It tasted funny, but I thought it was just a bad taste in my mouth. We had a lot of fun for a while. Joe said I should dance with Ellen and she would teach me the steps. I fell a few times and I couldn't understand why because no one else was dancing besides Ellen and me. And all the time I was tripping because somebody's foot was always sticking out. Then when I got up, I saw the look on Joe's face and it gave me a funny feeling in my stomach. He's a scream, one of the girls said. Everybody was laughing. Frank said, I ain't laughed so much since we sent him off for the newspaper that night at Muggsy's and ditched him. Look at him. His face is red. He's blushing. Charlie is blushing. Hey, Ellen, what'd you do to Charlie? I never saw him act like that before. I didn't know what to do or where to turn. Everyone was looking at me and laughing, and I felt naked. I wanted to hide myself. I ran out into the street and threw up. Then I walked home. It's a funny thing. I never knew that Joe and Frank and the others liked to have me around all the time to make fun of me. Now I know what it means when they say to pull a Charlie Gordon. I'm ashamed. All right, you got a couple questions there to answer. What do you think of Charlie's friends? Yep, I think you're right. I think they're starting to really see. He's starting to really see who his friends are and how they treat him. I think you're spot on. So you got a couple questions there, including an ACE response. Remember to do a good job with your ACE response. Answer, cite, elaborate. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Cool.